Four. Good evening. Welcome to the Minion cast number 4. Actually, this is 4A. This is the launch event for Royal Orders. If you can see back there, directly behind me, hanging on the wall, is the Royal Orders cover. Probably hold that up for you a little bit later. Royal Orders is the third novel in the Suicide arc. The Suicide arc is ultimately going to be 9 novels. There is a trilogy of novels focused solely on Suicide herself. The first one being Suicide Run. Right now, the one in revision is called Suicide Gambit. That will be the second one. And in between, there is Checkmate and Royal Orders, and then coming in February, I hope, assuming Sarah is pleased with this novel, Another Way to Die, which I describe as James Bond in space. But Royal Orders is about, like Checkmate and the forthcoming Another Way to Die, Royal Orders is about one of the children of Amargosa, and that's the Suicide trilogy that anchors all this. Is spaced out with 3 novels of each of the 6 children of Amargosa. Mitsuko being the newest member, also the oldest member of that group, and she is the center of this novel. And when she left the Navy during the events of Checkmate, she broke up with and then once again became engaged to Edward Windsor, who became King Edward of the planet Bonaparte. Now, Bonaparte is a member of the Compact. Now, he's not the king of the Compact, he is the king of Bonaparte, which makes him pretty much on par with the governor of your state or province, the premier of your province, or however your particular locality handles those small subdivisions of your nation. As such, he is becoming he is required to perform certain duties, and some of those are to go to Earth and make nice with the Compact's government in Quantanesia, which is a city on a man-made island in Hong Kong Harbor. So while he's on his way to shake hands and kiss babies and all that, and that thing that governors do when they go to their nation's capital, somebody tries to blow him up. And Mitsuko is not married to him, so she is still his head of security, and she is on the warpath. She discovers it is a cult called the Cubists. And the Cubists, not only the Cubists are pacifists, they're not into that sort of, we're going to blow stuff up, but there's a radical faction that they will blow things up and go, become one with the true God. And then, chaos ensues. So she actually meets the founder of this faith, and through him learns that they're actually quite peaceful, that someone has taken a faction and just perverted it and turned it around, and it's for his own good. Or, for his own ends, not for his own good. Not for anybody's good, actually. And he introduces Mitsuko to his most devoted disciple. It turns out that's Suicide. And Suicide must travel back to a world she really doesn't want to go back to, Aphrodite. And there they discover Kurtz, who was once a part of the project to bring that world to heal and kind of make that planet viable for its inhabitants instead of leaving it being a 300-year civil war. And then, yes, there are, with the name, there are parallels to Heart of Darkness, but essentially this guy is just basically an all-around jerk. So Mitsuko goes to battle with him. She'll travel to another planet in the same star system, called Ares. The system is called Helios because its planetary system resembles Sol's, so they made everything Greek. There's a Mercury is Hermes. Aphrodite, as you've probably figured out, is Venus, except it's swampy and humid, not an acidic hell like ours is. TN, which figures prominently throughout the entire series, is the equivalent of Earth. And then there's a planet called Ares, which she travels to. There's some action there. They find some old technology that goes berserk, and then have to travel back to Aphrodite to prevent it from causing all kinds of chaos. So, some really good pulp elements in that. Like I said, there's Swampy Venus, there's Desert Mars, and then a stand-in for Earth. Although we don't really see much of Tian in this one, they just kind of fly by. And go, hey, look, it's pretty. And, back to Aphrodite, and lots of fighting, and travel by boat upriver because, well, spaceships make a lot of noise. So hang in there. Next up, I'm going to talk a little bit more about Mitsuko. At the bottom of the hour, I will do a reading, and I will announce the contest. Basically, you enter the contest by leaving a comment. So if you want to get in on the contest, leave your comment. Should be able to get in contact with you from that. If not, this is also going up on Hoddle's Minion, so you can privately message me or possibly TS Hoddle Science. You can message TS Hoddle Science Fiction, and I will get it one way or the other. I do have a page called TS Hoddle Science Fiction, and I will give you a email address provided to me by DreamHost, my web provider. There you go, DreamHost. How about some sponsorship? Free web hosting for a month. Anyway, so I will be back at 7:15, and probably with a different shirt, because that's how we roll up in the hood. Actually, I live in Deer Park, so we call it roll up here in the park. So anyway, all right. Let's get the show on the road. Okay, have to trim this.